Now, whether you have a business or you don't have a business, it doesn't really matter, because the fact is, as long as you have a client, you make money. No matter what you're doing, business, freelance, all we're talking about is clients over here, unless you're trying to sell retail. But if you don't have money, you're probably not gonna be doing retail anyway. So you're trying to find a client for a service that you can provide. Now, there's two parts to this. First part is providing a service, and the second part is finding a client. Let's tackle the first part. How do you provide a service? How do you pick what works? Basically, when you're just starting up, what you want to do is provide a service that you can comfortably do. And if you're somewhere around 20 years old, you probably have some skill that could be useful to people. Me, for example, if everything is not working out too well, I can start offering marketing services. And it doesn't have to be anything too fancy, right? You can just do Photoshop. You can do posters for local events and businesses, stuff like that. Video editing, Photoshop, Microsoft Word. I don't know how to sell Microsoft Word, but if you have a camera, you could offer to record an advertisement for a local, I don't know, coffee shop, restaurant, whatever, right? You could just start offering these things. That's a service that you can provide. Me personally, I know how to do sales. So now I offered one of my friends who's running his own business to basically do their cold calls for them on the side for a set price. That's a different kind of service that I'm providing for a friend. Find a skill that you can sell that other people are gonna find useful. And trust me, you will have one of these skills. And then what you wanna do is find a client. If you have the finesse and the ability to improvise with your speech, then it might be easier for you to find the client first, understand what they need, and then provide what they need. And the cool thing about that is, once they pay you to do the job, you could then learn how to do the job. It doesn't have to be good, because if an average business is paying you average or below average prices to do the job, they're not expecting you to be top tier. So what you can do is lie your ass off to sell the service and then learn how to provide the service afterwards. Here's a couple of strategies on how to find a client. Now, if you watch someone like Alex Hormozy or like any of the business gurus out there who's telling you how to find clients, they're gonna start talking about you need to make content, you need to do this, that. But at the end of the day, you don't really have any experience or anything to base the content off of. You don't even know who you're selling to or what you're trying to sell, right? So the only logical way to find more clients if you're starting out then becomes networking or outreaching to your friends. How it works is networking is meeting new people, outreaching to old friends is just basically outreaching to the people you made along those networking events. You could just start going to little social events where there's people there, and then you talk to those people, make those people your friends, and then once you start talking about yourself, those friends also have friends of their own, and they're gonna be like, oh, I know a guy who might be interested in this. And then they start connecting you to their friends, and if you repeat this process long enough, you're gonna land your first clients. Or better yet, if you have a lot of people on your social media list or phone list, whatever, you could just start asking them because they already know you. The hardest part of meeting new people is introducing yourself and getting them to like you and building trust and stuff like that. And the people who know you already, even if they don't really like you that much, there's already trust that's built. Like if you go ahead and ask them, at least they're gonna be open to the conversation. The hardest part about outreach is getting them to be open to a conversation first. The people who know you are already open to your conversation because they already gave you that permission beforehand. And if you're socially awkward or if you feel a little nervous or embarrassed and stuff like that, I understand. That feeling is everywhere for everyone. A simple practice that you can do is you start outreaching to 5 people at a time. Hey, I'm trying to do video editing, Photoshop. Do you know anyone that might be interested in this service? And that's just gonna get the conversation started. Right now, if you have no experience doing this, you don't even have to focus on getting money from them. You just have to focus on getting those conversations started and just getting a feel for how those conversations go, because that's the kind of conversation you want to be having in the future anyway. So might as well practice it now. Do that enough, and one of these days you're gonna get a client. One of these days. And if you're young enough, someone's gonna listen to your speech and they're gonna be like, oh, this is a cool little young kid, I'm gonna give him some advice, and motherfuckers start giving you advice, they start connecting. It's really not that hard, guys. Like, as long as you're trying, the world rewards you for trying. There's people out there who actually wanna help you. One more thing that I want to note is when you're out there trying to network, when you're just starting off, especially if you don't have a reputation or a name for yourself, you're gonna be talking to a lot of random people, right? None of these serious business people are gonna give you their time. You're not gonna enter those networking, like fancy ass networking events where everyone is talking about money. You're not gonna get into that circle yet. That's a realistic expectation that you have to set. Another thing about that is your first few networking months or like a year or something like that, it will be spent with people that won't really lead you anywhere. But if you meet a lot of people, at least 1% will sound like they will lead you somewhere. Now, if you want to be very efficient, you want to surround yourself with those people for early on. Stick to those conversations. You go to a bar, there's, I don't know, 30 people there. Most of them are talking about relationship problems, blah, 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 blah. There's going to be someone who's there like, I want to start a business. Go talk to those fuckers, because those fuckers lead to opportunities. Better yet, go talk to the owners, okay? This is a cool little tip that you can also get from me. If there's a networking event going on, someone is hosting that event, or some venue is hosting that event, talk to the owners, because you know what? They also host other events. They also talk to all of the people that are coming. So they have the most contacts, and they can introduce you to people. Become friends with the owners, you get all their contacts. As you can see, I'm in China right now. I just wanted to make a quick video because I want to grow in social media, but also if you need to find products from China, I could hook you up. Even if your product is something that's super hard to make, super hard to engineer, or if you need some sort of a component for your big projects, tech projects, whatever, or even if you need something so simple like a bed sheet, I have friends who can sell you those at a bulk price. Because as I said, I've been networking around for quite some time now. I got a lot of factory friends and sourcing friends, whatnot. Contact me at the contact information I'm gonna leave below. If you wanna make money with me, I'm open to talks. Hit me up, let's do this. And if you're gonna do your own thing and try to close your own deals, good luck. I hope you can find this advice, tip, whatever, useful in your life. If I provided value, please let me know, because I wanna know if I'm helping people, basically. Thank you very much. Have a good one.